Okay, so taking another update on my Aquapod. It's been a few weeks and some things have grown and changed, so I thought I'd bring it back and get phase 5 going. So anyway, some people have asked me, how it opens, and I really didn't take a video of this, but this thing actually looks almost like it's a sealed aquarium. I mean, it doesn't really look like there's an obvious door, but there is a very inconspicuous little piece of metal you grab right here and pull, and it actually even has a lock right here that you slide that locks it, and then you open it. So if you don't want kids getting in because you've got chameleons or poison dart frogs, that squares it away. And it's hinged with some really nice little pinned hinges, so it's a very, very clean look. And then someone else asked about the glass fogging, and I thought I said all this in one of the previous videos, but it actually has ventilation pumped right in here, and in the corners there's some tubing that you can see where the air is brought in. So yeah, like I said, this thing is super well thought out. So before I go any further, I got some thank yous to give. My customers are just incredible. Yes, I got a starter pack from the Aquapod company. You get that when you buy it, and it gave me some pretty cool things. And then I ordered a few things online because I didn't know what to buy, so did a little bit of research and I found some things. But taking it from first things here, this nice red bromeliad was given to me by David Beecher. It's really a nice big one. It's one of his personal collection, and it really brings some nice color there, so thanks to David. I have a orchid growing down here. Mrs. Bryant gave me this, and she gave me a giant one. She was like too darn gracious and gave me this huge thing. It was just really too big for the pod, but when I was trying to get it to work, I noticed it had a little baby in there, so I've took that little baby orchid out and I planted it in there, and so far it's not dead, so I think we're good. Michael Williams, him and his kids were just nature walking, and he found this sweet moss on a chunk of wood, and he brought it to me, and I've cut it off, sliced it off, and went ahead and mounted it to my driftwood strategically to give it what I believe a very cool look. I like it. So thanks to Michael and his kids and his wife for doing that for me. I had John Carr gave me a nice fern. Oh, and Mike Williams and them also found some ferns that I put in here in the background along with the moss. But John Carr gave me this right here. He also gave me this plant. I forget what he called it. I've seen these before, but they grow about anywhere, so I put its root back there in the water, and then I'm going to let it go there. I'll just try to keep it trimmed up. And then all the goodies that were just given to me from the Aquapod people. This stuff has really grown. I mean, I'm really surprised. I blinked and I had a bloom come up on this plant back here. I've got new leaves growing on it right here. The other leaves have gotten much bigger. I mean, it's really growing super fast. There was a cutting I put back here of it that's growing. And this viney thing, this stuff is incredible. I mean, they gave me like maybe half a dozen of these things. And I mean, these guys are just growing off the hook. I mean, they're just insane. They're all this stuff is just growing incredibly fast in here. Even my moss, I put that sphagnum moss in the back, and then I went and ordered some moss from North Carolina somewhere, and I was a little disappointed because I had nice green moss, and all turned brown like the sphagnum moss in the back, but I can see that I've got like new little buds of growth popping up all over the place on it. So it should be nice and rich. And all the bromeliads that came from the Aquapod package seem to be doing really, really good. I got some, I think these are air plants right here. I'm sure they have a fancier name, but these things are doing really, really nice. But you can see some of the other bromeliads in the back right there, all doing really, really good. So far, it's been super cool. Oh, Miss Bryant also gave me one of the bromeliads too. She's awesome. This is that reddish looking one in the back. Back here has got a little red tint. That's hers. So yeah, I've done some planting and got some stuff I ordered and some stuff that came with the package. But you know, my favorites are all the things that you know, my friends went and got me and gave me because they were just thinking about me and my little project. Now, as far as the fish go, I have a little albino Cory cat in there that's doing just fine. But for whatever reason, the 10 neon tetras I put in there all crashed and burned. So, not so sure what to say about that. A little bit embarrassed that I am the fish dude. And I'm growing plants, but I killed my fish. So I don't know. I don't know if there's something coming off of this stuff, because there's plenty of stuff fell in there that maybe made the water a little acidic, or what the case was. Maybe I got a little sloppy on the acclimation. I did try to do it during those incredibly cold days. So, it is what it is. It's not salt water, so that's not terribly expensive. The water doesn't seem to be bothering my little catfish too bad. So, I'm going to bring some more tetras down here maybe today. Probably bring me an otocinclus catfish or two in here to go in here and start knocking out some of this diatom algae that's growing on the lace rock. Other than that, it looks good. My Madagascar lace seems to be very happy. Doing very well, growing. Got a lot of new growth coming in on that, so yeah. So phase 5, and I'll come back on once I put some fish in there and they're alive for more than 2 or 3 days, and we'll see what it looks like then. So we'll kind of pull back on the shot, give you an idea where we're at. And that is my Aquapod.